Hi, I'm Lynn. I'm a drag queen, a Vtuber, and a weird history enthusiast. And on this channel, I do videos about historical true crime, mysteries, horror, and oddities. Today, we're doing something a bit different, but I guess it counts as weird history. I do this thing where I get obsessed with random things and then spend ages going down the rabbit hole. That's basically what this channel is built on. So today I just really want to tell you all about the Bass Pro Shop Pyramid. It's a giant pyramid in Memphis that is also a Bass Pro Shop. I think this is the first video of mine where I actually don't have to do any content warnings. It's a miracle. It might be a bit of a short one, but I just really had to get this obsession out of my system. If you want to support my 3 a.m. Wikipedia rabbit holes and you enjoy content about weird history, true crime, mysteries, and horror media, I encourage you to hit the subscribe button to see more videos like this. I also have several playlists on my channel perfect for binge watching, so you can pick whichever type of video you're in the mood for and go from there. With that said, today I want to answer these 2 questions. Why is there a giant pyramid in the middle of Tennessee, and why is it a Bass Pro Shop? Okay, so our first question is, why a pyramid? And the answer to that actually goes back pretty far. Memphis, Tennessee is named after Memphis, Egypt, and since Egypt is of course known for its ancient pyramids, it's not much of a leap that someone would think to build a pyramid in Memphis. And that's exactly what someone did. In 1954, an artist named Mark C. Hartz had the idea to build a monument in Memphis called the Great American Pyramid. His original idea was to build 3 pyramids, with the largest pyramid being a 2/3 scale replica of the Great Pyramid of Giza. For a long time, this idea didn't really go anywhere, and for over 30 years, that's where the state of the project stayed. It wasn't until the 80s when Mark Hartz's son, John Brent Hartz, would start to seriously consider his father's idea. He would bring his father back into the project, enlisting his help to render the new concept, this time for a single glass pyramid structure. They began shopping around the concept to investors, and in the late 80s brought on John Tigert to the project. Tigert was a business owner who had big plans for the pyramid, and even imagined that one day it would be a symbol for the city of Memphis, the way the Giza pyramids are for Memphis, Egypt. With the funding secured, building went underway on September 15, 1989. To manage the construction of the pyramid, John Tigert brought on Sidney Schlinker. Schlinker was an entertainment company owner and a co-owner of the Denver Nuggets. Tigert wanted Schlinker's help to bring his vision of the pyramid to life. In his mind, the pyramid was going to be a huge tourist attraction synonymous with the city of Memphis. He wanted the pyramid to be emblematic of everything Memphis was. The plan was to have a radio station in the building specializing in local music, a hard rock cafe, a music museum, a college football hall of fame, and even a theme park. This vision would never come to pass, however. Sidney Schlinker's company went bankrupt, and he could no longer finance the pyramid. And him and John Tigert would have a falling out over this. As the early 90s rolled in, the pyramid became a reality, but the plans for what would be in it had to be scrapped. So the question became, what do we do with this big empty pyramid in the middle of Memphis? The decision was made to turn it into an arena for sporting and music events, and call it the Pyramid Arena. Throughout the 90s and early 2000s, it was the home arena of the Memphis Tigers college basketball team, as well as hosting many basketball tournaments and other sporting events. One of the events I read about that was held in the Pyramid Arena days that was of special interest to me was WWF's St. Valentine's Day Massacre pay-per-view in 1999, just because it overlaps with both my interest in wrestling and in true crime, since it's named after a real event. Totally off topic, but I just thought that was fun. There's also a big history of concerts being held in the Pyramid during this time. The Pyramid Arena hosted the Grateful Dead in 1995, Mary J. Blige in 1997, and in 2002 would sort of come full circle for John Tigert's idea of celebrating Memphis music history by hosting a concert for the 25th anniversary of the death of Elvis. The last concert ever held in the Pyramid was Bob Seger in 2007. The Pyramid started running into money troubles in the early 2000s, starting with when the city tried to relocate Vancouver's basketball team, the Grizzlies. It was initially hoped that the team could seamlessly move into the Pyramid Arena. However, the arena would have needed renovations to permanently house the Grizzlies. These renovations would have meant that the pyramid would have had to have been closed for a year, and they couldn't afford to do that. So as part of the Grizzlies contract, a new arena called the FedEx Forum would be built instead. The Pyramid hosted the Grizzlies while the FedEx Forum was being built, spending $7 million on smaller renovations that wouldn't require the arena to close. While the team moved into the Forum in 2004, their contract with the city still required the team's permission for anyone to use the Pyramid, and as a result of this, the Pyramid became abandoned. In the 5 years between when the Pyramid went dark in 2005 and when Bass Pro Shop moved in 2010, there were a lot of ideas about what to do with the Pyramid, similar to the big visions for it that John T. Grett had. A committee headed by Scott Ledbetter, a local businessman, formed to decide what to do with the building. There were talks of turning it into a casino, a mall, an aquarium, or even an indoor theme park. A plan to turn it into a branch of the Smithsonian Museum was also proposed, but that fell through. Finally, the committee recommended that the space should be used for retail, and this is where Bass Pro Shop comes in. I think when I tell you, hey, there's a Bass Pro Shop in a giant pyramid in Memphis, it doesn't really get across how wild this structure is. It's not just a Bass Pro Shop, it's the ultimate Bass Pro Shop. Aside from the huge retail space, the Bass Pro Shop Pyramid has archery and shooting ranges, laser tag, a bowling alley, an aquarium. There's a restaurant and bar up top called the Lookout, and there's even a hotel at the bottom called the Big Cypress Lodge. In the end, the Pyramid did kind of become a symbol for the city of Memphis and a major tourist destination, if kind of a weird one. It'll definitely be a destination on my dream Weird America road trip if I ever get to do something like that, along with, of course, Salem, Roswell, and the Point Pleasant Mothman Festival. Thanks so much for coming along with me for this one. Let me know if you'd like to see more shorter videos like this. Coming up next, I have a couple different videos in progress. I'm not sure which one's going to come out first. You already know how I am. I need to start like 3 videos at once and then not finish them for months. I do really appreciate you all sticking with me through this content drought this year. Things have been rough this year, let's just say. I'm doing a lot of different things on a lot of different platforms, so if you find yourself missing me, definitely check on my links in the description. Thanks so much to my Ko-Fi supporters, Salika, Lotus, and Smallzy. I appreciate you all so much. You get to see all of my videos before anyone else, as well as extra exclusive content when you support me on Ko-Fi at ko-fi.com/binbund. Thanks so much for watching!